The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully y'all don't drink y'all water. Shout out to Couture Bay with the vegan water. Hopefully y'all drink y'all water or y'all sipping on something good. I just got a little Coca-Cola right here. I ain't got, no blaming on the goose. Got you feeling loose. I gotta start packing, y'all. I still ain't even packed for LA or nothing. I'm horrible. I always pack like either the day of or the night before, either or. But I'm only gonna be gone for a few days. I'm actually gonna come back on Sunday because it's supposed to rain on Monday. So I was all like, you know what? I'm gonna come back a few days earlier than what I planned on. So it is what it is. If I want to go back to LA, I can go at any time. So it ain't no worries. But let me say what's up to the people before we start. Let's let some more people come in the room before I start because I hate repeating myself. What's up, Miss Bugs? How you doing? What's up, Casey? Shout out to my big bro, Casey. I know Casey wanted to talk about Orlando. What's up, Darlene? How you doing? What's up, Sugar Walls? Thank you for being here. I love seeing all my members, all the green, baby. What's up, Starneek? What's up, Melanie Jones? Who? Melanie Jones. Thank you for being here. Nadi. What's up, Nadi? What's up, Tamika? What's up, Anita? Bonita Applebaum. How you doing? Nelly, nice to see you. Winnie. Thank you, everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you already have it. And if y'all don't plan on ever subscribing again or anything like that, I got the ad sent. Y'all had to watch the ad before you clicked on this video, so I still won. What's up, Alexis? How you doing? Oh, Diane. Oh, Diane, you knew? Okay, thank you for being here. What's up, Bernetta? What's up, D-Dot? Okay, I see y'all coming in the room. Shout out to everybody coming in. I appreciate y'all. Okay, enough with the pleasantries. I'm going to start out with Orlando first, Miss Kitty. I'm going to start out with Orlando because even though Orlando Brown is funny as hell, don't get me wrong, he is funny as hell, right? You know he ain't right. So Orlando Brown claims that Usher is a gusher. Now, some of y'all are like, AT2, Usher is a gusher. What does that mean? So allegedly, Usher got that wet. He said Usher got that wet. Now, this isn't too far from what he said about Bow Wow. Remember, he said Bow Wow has good ussy. Let's just go ahead and play the video.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
what the fuck? Why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sicked his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer. Thought you knew.
I did.
Okay.
You're Jesus.
Yeah. So my dad sick like every bad one on me. And I was like, whatever. Whatever. But the babies matter now. And I'm like, nigga, not my kids.
So at first it was funny, and then like the last part, he said his father is Lucifer. For those of you who don't know who Lucifer is, that is the devil. I don't know what other way to put it. And it seemed like he was saying basically he had to sacrifice himself in order to save his baby. I'm a little confused. Because I did not know his father was Lucifer. And I don't know why he would want to say that. Secondly, I don't think Orlando is in his right mind. I mean, like I told you guys, for example, he said that he had dealt with Bow Wow before. Now he had Busta Rhymes in there, which I don't think the other ones I'll give you, but Busta Rhymes, I know he ain't playing that shit. No, I don't believe Busta. Now that's when you're going too far. But other than that, I really think that this guy is going through some serious issues, which he has been before. But now it's to the point where, like, no, we need to get him help. He obviously is not right. Whenever people start talking about I'm God, I'm Jesus, and stuff like that, just know that like they running wild, because trust me. God can speak through you, but I don't believe that he would be you. I don't know about all of that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that he's in his right mind, or you think that he needs to get help? Who said Buster in the... Now, y'all need to stop with that. Remember, y'all allowed to say whatever y'all want to in the chat. The drugs are causing the imbalance. Okay. Right. Yikes. Yeah. And a lot of this happened to these teen stars. And I don't know. Orlando has never talked about a situation where he was like taken advantage of, in Hollywood or as a child star. He hasn't, or at least I haven't heard him really talk about that. It's more like what happened when he was an adult. And I just want to know, like, who was that friend recording that? If one of my friends was definitely having an episode, I would not I would not post that. I'll be like, oh, first of all, I ain't gonna lie. As soon as people start talking crazy, I try to look for my keys, look for my backpack, whatever I brought with me, and get the out of there, because I definitely would have went out of there. I'm not trying to witness no craziness. I'm not trying to witness no exorcism, because that's what he needed, an exorcism too. I'm not trying to witness none of that. So I'm going to get the hell up out of there. But Orlando just throwing these names out there and just saying the most ridiculous stuff. Like, at one point it was funny, and now it's all like, nah, this dude need help. And I don't even think he's doing it for attention. I know people like to say, well, AT2, some of your friends, are a little off and a little crazy, but you still support them. And to answer that, I believe that my friends who do crazy stuff online, I believe they are in a sense of, I'm doing this as entertainment. I don't feel like Orlando is doing this as a sense of entertainment. I believe that Orlando believes what he's saying. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 1 if you think that Orlando it really believes what he be saying. Or put a 2 if you think it's all entertainment. And y'all don't have to agree. Let's do a 30-second countdown real quick. Shut up. It's my show. We're doing a 30-second countdown. And for those of you just coming in the room, I'm going to go ahead and play. I should have just played the clip instead of doing the 30-second countdown. Here we go. For those of you just coming in the room, make sure you hit the like button.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
What the fuck? Why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sicked his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer. Thought you knew.
I did.
Okay.
You're Jesus.
Yeah. So my dad sicked like every bad one on me. And I was like, whatever. Whatever. But the babies matter now. And I'm like, nigga, not my kids.
Yeah. That's tough to watch. Because he's completely like gone. And I do think that it is a mix of entertainment, you guys. I won't lie. I do think that he's because I mean the dude was laughing, so he knows he's getting the rise out of people. So it's so like, yeah, I'm gonna keep on saying this because I know people love it, but I don't think he would have threw in his kid in there if he was in the right mind, saying like he had to do it and now his kid is okay. That part completely like threw me off right there. I was like, okay, something is wrong with this dude. And I did get further commentary on it. There's a video that I did, uploaded one about a couple of hours ago. So you guys can check that out and then leave your thoughts there. Or go ahead and leave your opinion in the comment section right now for those of you watching the replay. All right, so I'm going to save Larry Reid for last. I'm going to move on to Wendy Williams, you guys. This is very sad. Wendy ain't Wendy no more. It's very unfortunate. So it has been announced by her care team that she has aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. And it mentions the alcohol a little bit could play a role in this, but unfortunately, Wendy is gone. And I know I probably shouldn't have put gone, but she's gone. And this is what I mean by this, right? What I mean by she's gone is that old Wendy that we knew, you guys, is out the window. But just not the entertainment Wendy Williams. I mean Wendy as a person. She is gone. I'm not going to cry. I already had thought this in my head before I talked about this, so I'm not going to cry. My grandma suffered from dementia, and at the time, I didn't know what a dementia was. I knew of Alzheimer's and stuff like that, but I didn't know anybody with that. You know, you hear that growing up and stuff like that. And so when I was younger, I was 20. I was 20. She died before I turned 21. I was 20, and I just remember going to visit my grandma in the hospital, and I told you guys this before, going to visit her in the hospital, and I just remember I would cry every time I would leave because that wasn't the grandma I knew. And like, I was trying to fight for the grandma that I knew and loved, but she was already gone. So before she passed away, I had to come to that conclusion, like, AT2, the grandma that you knew, you're going to have to cherish those memories and just make the best of the situation for what it is now. And granted, it's not all the time you notice like a change and stuff like that. It's gradual. And then there's moments where talking normal, like nothing ever happened. You're like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. But Anyway, so the aphasia part, that actually is when somebody gave an example, like saying, I'm going to walk the dog. They'll say something like walk dog. And like they shorten what they're saying. And sometimes they have struggles communicating and stuff like that, but they understand. It's just that sometimes they can't communicate correctly. And that also kind of plays into the dementia. A lot of people are comparing this to what Bruce Willis has. I know he has a form of dementia, but I think he has something. It's called something else. I've forgot. Let me look up that name real quick. What is Bruce Willis? Oh no, he has the same thing. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought. Oh, he also has like some kind of. No, he has exactly the same thing. I apologize. So yeah, what Bruce Willis has, the aphasia and the dementia, he has the same thing as Wendy Williams. Oh wow, wow. And Alexa? How old is Wendy Williams?
Wendy Williams is 59 years old.
This stuff really scares me because I know a lot of people on my grandmother's side have suffered from dementia, and my parents are getting up in a certain particular age. They're only in their 50s, but knowing how Wendy is only 59 years old and she's already suffering this, that's scary to me, y'all. And it's all like this woman literally had the world in her hands, and now I can't even say Wendy is fighting for herself. I don't even think Wendy knows exactly what's going on. Remember, there's a while ago I did a video letting you guys know that Wendy was in a rehab center over in Switzerland. Well, her niece actually has been doing interviews, to promote the documentary and stuff like that, right? And she's letting people know, like, we don't even know where Wendy is. We're allowed to speak to her, but we can't know where she is. They don't have any control over what's going on with her. It's one thing not to know what's going on with Wendy, but it's another thing. Like, you can't even call her when you want to. You can't physically lay eyes on her to know that she's okay. That's scary thinking about that. And knowing how Wendy's health is like failing. I just got to say the word. It's failing. I just got to pray for that family. I don't even, at this point, I love to make jokes at Tommy Williams and stuff like that. I don't even want to make jokes at Tommy because I'm literally praying for him too as well. This is sad, y'all. I don't know if she's drinking in rehab. That part kind of confused me too. I don't think she's drinking in rehab. And I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip too, because from what her niece said, she's been in there since April. And this was via The View. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the video, and I'm gonna have to play the audio, you guys, because The View, more than likely they're gonna strike. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The View will strike you. And I don't even know if I can play that clip of Black China. And I'm gonna try to play that clip, y'all. I'll see what I can do about that one. But let me go ahead and find this real quick. And make sure you guys are hitting the like button as well, too. I appreciate y'all.
There's been a lot of speculation and concerns since Wendy Williams
Put a one
left
if you guys can
Spotlight
hear.
2 years ago. And now family members are opening up like never before in Wendy's new docuseries, Where is Wendy Williams? Take a look.
As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help. Did you drink this whole thing today? Keep it there. Okay. Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work. I feel as though she's worked enough. She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. No! Time! I have no idea where we are. This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control it. I wait 1 second. Anybody could look at her and tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on.
Oh. Please welcome Wendy's niece, Alex Finney.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning. We watched the documentary, the 4-hour documentary together yesterday. And I think it's very brave of what your family is trying to do. So I think your family is trying to expose this conservatorship, guardianship issue.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of Britney Spears.
There are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a camera crew started filming Wendy in 2022 to follow her comeback with a new podcast. But they say they quickly realized something else was going on.
I could see that.
So that explains a lot. They started filming this in 2022. Remember, she was like, I'm going to do a podcast. My podcast is coming back. She's going to do a podcast. And then we find out Wendy doesn't really even know what a podcast is. She was just told that, and she was basically running with it. And now knowing that, I can see, because you have to remember, they had Wendy has a deal with Lifetime. So they probably thought like, oh yeah, we're going to film the comeback, and then quickly realize like, yeah, this ain't no comeback. This is, yeah, let's continue, you guys. It's hard. It's hard.
Also in the series, Wendy seemed confused. She seemed disoriented. She was drinking a lot, heavily, and her mental and physical health.
Yes, Queen B. More.
Seems to be very concerning, right? She chose to do the series.
Right.
She insisted on doing the series. Right. Why do you think she wants people to see her in that state? Does she realize what it looks like? You think?
Yeah, and, it's complicated and it's so layered, because I know you and I have had conversations, and it was hard at first as a family member to grasp, Wendy, why do you want to do this? You have clearly some health issues that still need to be addressed.
Yeah.
A long road ahead of you. And she was adamant that she wanted to control the narrative of her story. And one thing we know about my aunt, she has never shied away from saying it like she means it, as we know. And despite conversations that I had with her, this was what she wanted to do. And we saw it all play out publicly in the blogs and everywhere. And her ultimate decision was that everybody's telling my story, no matter how painful it is, I want to tell it. And so it went from there.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy's been open about having Graves' disease and lymphedema, and she's also been open about addiction problems that she struggled with. But in watching this, you see that she's clearly struggling with cognitive issues. What do you and the family believe is going on? Is there more than just the Graves' disease, the lymphedema, and the addiction there?
Yeah, and there's more happening. And like I said, I would love it if my aunt could be here today to tell her story.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she's not. So I'm doing the best I can, But yes, as a family, that there's more there, and a lot in terms of you can understand this, Sonny, because you've seen it. People are going to see that throughout the documentary. I think people are going to walk away saying this is more than what we realized in terms of what we've read, whether it's things that might have seen on her show throughout the years that seemed a little off. Yeah. People are going to walk away with that and say, what is really going on here with her medically? Yeah.
Alex, we understand that in 2022.
Okay. So it seemed like it was Wendy's choice to do the documentary, right? I still kind of feel somebody probably should have pulled the plug and been like, nah, like, don't do the documentary. Like, let's just go ahead and cancel this. If anything, they could have just did interviews with the family members, but a documentary, then this is going to be sad to watch. I can't watch until Sunday when I come back home, but yeah, this is pretty bad. But let me know in the chat while we play the rest. Do you guys think that Wendy should have did the documentary? Yes or no?
Fargo, froze Wendy's assets, and successfully petitioned a New York court to have Williams placed under temporary financial guardianship, stating that they had, quote, strong reason to believe that Williams is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. Is there any truth to this claim that other people were improperly handling her money, spending her money? You know, here's the thing. It was closed court in terms of what the decision was that came down from the court to decide to go with a court-appointed guardian over family. What I will say in terms of things that I have seen over the last 2 years, yes, there were definitely people around her that you do question. Why are you here? What's your motive?
That William guy.
Doing this job, are you getting paid? Because I'm sure you're not doing it for free, right? You know, so there were those questions, and then obviously cognitively, with seeing my aunt in the state that she's in, you do wonder, okay, if she did sign off and hire you or whatever the case may be, was she aware of everything she was doing? So that leads us to where we are now.
And enablers, they know she has an alcoholism problem, and they are feeding her alcohol, and they're getting paid to protect her.
Under this conservatorship.
So very important. You know, the conservator or the guardian gets paid through Wendy's estate. Like they get Wendy's money. Wendy is paying them, even though this was court appointed. Wendy is paying them. That's the thing about these conservators. Just like Britney Spears' dad, he made off with millions each year from being her conservator. Now, Kay, I wanted to answer your question. This is this is Wendy's niece from her sister, Wanda. I don't think Tommy has any children. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Tommy has children, you guys. She's being explained to the end. Ooh, Nelly. I can't say you're lying. I can't say that. All right, let's continue.
With this particular garden, we don't know the name, I guess. We don't know the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any contact with them, and do you think they are properly taking care of her?
In terms of the contact that I've had, it's been limited. I finally got some sort of a response not too long ago, but that has been a big problem for the family in terms of just, can we get an update on how she's doing? And I say this honestly, and that is, we went through birthdays. We went through the holidays. We went through illness. You know, there was a period my grandfather was in the hospital. I shared this story with you yesterday. Yeah. There was no way to contact her and let her know what was going on with her 93-year-old father. Yeah. You know?
And isn't it true that the guardian didn't respond immediately when you reached out to get that information?
Wonder, you know, from just the humane perspective, how can you do that?
Yeah.
You know?
How is it possible that they were able to leave you all out of this conversation about conservatorship? If they were concerned about the money or who was spending what, why wasn't there a meeting held with everyone to say, has anybody else noticed something going on, instead of just freezing her assets?
There were conversations early on in the beginning in terms of with the family and, you know, trying to, I guess, gather information, right? To get a hold and a perspective on where she's at and what they need to know. And my mom actually says it in a documentary. She goes, and all of a sudden there was just this wall that went down and the family was blocked out. It was in April of 2022. Yeah. And the contact from that point on has been so limited.
At whose behest?
Well, and that's the thing, you know, with these guardianships, what is the incentive of a guardian who is being paid to take care of someone and has a network of people that are being paid to care for someone with their money? What is the incentive to end the guardianship? There is limited incentive.
That you haven't gone to people to get the full story, because I know she's got a son, she's got a sister, she's got who all have something to explain what's going to have some say. So they didn't sit down with everyone before they chose this guardian to say,
from my knowledge, no.
Really?
And her mother offered, her mother offered to be the guardian.
Yes, she should, and she should be the guardian.
So, Alex, Wendy was living in New York until last April when cameras stopped filming. And I understand she then went into a facility to get treatment. And you don't even know where the facility is.
Right.
Have you been able to be in any kind of contact with her since she's been there?
Yes, but again, same thing with this answer, it's layered. So she can call us, but we can't call her. So for instance, yesterday I was out, I was having dinner and I missed a call. And I ran to the bathroom, I came back and I realized that it was my aunt.
Oh.
But I can't call her back. So therefore, I haven't talked to her. I can't, right? If I tried to call, I am told that there's nobody here by that name. She went into where she is now between April and May of last year. We went months before we were finally even able to get a call.
So you know what? April makes sense, you guys, that she was missing, because remember all of a sudden we were seeing Wendy, and then that makes sense. April 2023, that makes sense of when she was gone. Let me just go ahead and finish this out.
Miami, and I got a call from a block number and I answered it. She was like, "Hi, Alex." I said, "Aunt Wendy?" We were on the phone for 4 hours and 37 minutes because I hadn't heard from her in months. And that was the reality. Wow. I don't remember who got off the phone first, but it was that feeling of like, when I get off the phone with you, I don't know if I'm going to hear from you again. So I'll wait until you say, "Okay, I got to go by."
Yeah. How's she doing now?
She sounds really good. And I think that honestly has been probably one of the best parts about being here and talking about this now, because it's so heavy, but sounds really good. I haven't seen her, but we were able to have full conversations. She's excited about her future. She talks about the possibility of getting back to work. But like I always remind her, first and foremost is your health.
Yeah, of course.
If you're healthy and you're happy, you can do whatever you want to do, in terms of your career, if that's what you choose to do. But like I always say with her, if you literally just want to sit in a lawn chair all day and just bask in the sun for the rest of your days, you can do that, because you've earned that. And whatever you want to do.
Her relationship with her son is very important to her.
Very important.
I don't think Wendy would be happy doing that eventually. When she gets better, she'll be back.
I know. That's
Okay, that was basically the end of that, and then they announced her medical illness. But you guys, breaking news: Wendy Williams' guardian files sealed lawsuit against Lifetime parent company. So this was 28 minutes ago. Wendy Williams' guardian filed a lawsuit against Lifetime. It says Wendy Williams' guardian just filed a lawsuit against Lifetime's parent company, and the timing is nothing short of suspicious, because there's a doc about her from them coming out. A woman named Sabrina Morrissey. I think, that's the lady. That's the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey. A woman named Sabrina Morrissey, who says she's acting in her capacity as a temporary guardian of WWH, Wendy Williams Hunter, just filed a suit against A&E television networks, but she did it under seal, meaning the public can't peep what exactly she's running to the court for. Wow. In the docs obtained by TMZ, there are a few clues that could indicate that this might be about, and all the signs seem to point some connection with the Where is Wendy 2-part doc that's dropping Saturday. More than likely it's about the documentary. I don't think we're so no, it's I don't know if I don't know how to say it. It's Morrissey. Morrissey. It's not Morrison, it's Morrissey. Is that German? Okay, it's not important. Y'all tell me how to say it later. Morrissey is also seeking a temporary restraining order in her action. Again, that often to the mechanism when someone wants a judge to step in and halt a release of a film or television project. How are they going to halt it when it comes out this weekend? How are they going to? They should have been filed this. Considering the doc's release date is just a couple of days away, that would make sense, although it's impossible to tell for sure with the docs being unsealed. Morrissey is also seeking a temporary restraining order interaction again. That often I already read that. Why is it repeating that again? Okay, basically to hold the film or television project. They're trying to hold it from coming out. It says, now what's interesting in the docs here is that the judge actually ordered all the docs to remain temporary under seal and set a hearing date for next week to determine whether they should stay that way as the case plays out. Okay, so there's a possibility that these docs can be unsealed. And something tells me, just like Queen B. More said, the reason why they wanted to release this is to expose them. Because that's kind of how the Britney Spears case played out. Once Britney Spears, people started talking about it and it got a big thing on social media. That was the Free Britney movement. And I think with this documentary, after we see how they are and, how they're treating Wendy and how she's basically a shell of herself, we might ask, like, Wells Fargo, what's going on? Like, y'all need, the court system in New York, like, what's going on? It says, where did I land off on? Namely, injunctive relief against A&E while the docs are temporarily sealed. No word yet on the ruling on that front. I don't see how they're going to stop it before this weekend. But that's basically the exclusive that TMZ had. Very interesting. And it's funny because weren't we just saying that we think they shouldn't have did the documentary? Now that they don't want the documentary to come out, I want to see the documentary now. How do y'all feel? Should the courts grant them to stop the documentary? I need to put this on my TV and record it just in case, like, they shut it down. I'm just saying. They don't want it exposed. Yeah. And it's weird how they're doing it now. Like, you knew this was coming out. When we talk about this, y'all, like about 2-3 weeks ago? What's up with y'all drafting lawsuits so late? You can literally get a lawsuit done within like a few days. Stephanie, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can get a lawsuit done in a couple of days. A cease and desist you can get right away, but a lawsuit you can get done in a couple of days. Like, I don't know why they waited until it's about to come out. It's already too late. I mean, what they plan on doing? You think they really gonna stop it? Nah. Listen, they got people to play. They pay. They already got advertisers for this documentary. They're going to lose out on a lot of money. They'll take the L with a lawsuit and fight you in court, rather, because trust me, they're going to make a lot of money with this lawsuit. Trust me. They definitely going to fight this. This is a hard situation. Because I don't want to say, I'll say this. I don't know who has Wendy's best interest, Oh, ultimately, they may not be any good guys here. Both sides may, right? Nefarious intentions. I agree. They need to make me the guardian over when I'm just kidding. But they need to make it somebody else. Because literally, they're getting the check from it, and then possibly Wendy's family can take advantage of her money too as well. So there's not really any good people in this. Like, you would want to hope, like her niece and stuff like that. You want to hope they're good people, but I mean, we really don't know. And also how they were shunned out and not, really having a conversation. They weren't basically brought to the table to even make a decision. I heard someone else say earlier that it could be a possibility that all these people knew that Wendy's health was failing, and instead of them trying to get her help right away, they could have just let her kind of just linger on in hopes that, okay, when her health fails, we'll be able to, basically what I'm saying, it was predatory. They knew that lady was not in her right mind, but they wanted it to get worse so then they could hop in and then take over everything. That's a dirty game right there. The last minute makes it appear as though the conservator has something to hide. Yeah, like something tells me the conservator probably got it last minute or something like that. Not last minute. They got it. They got a preview of it, right? Like they were able to watch the 4 hours, and they probably was all like, "Oh hell no, this shit can't come out." I had to make a little joke, y'all. But something tells me they got an advanced copy of this documentary, and they was all like, "Oh, this shit ain't coming out." Trust me, a documentary coming out about AT2 and it ain't positive. Oh, we lawsuits, law to the suit. Stephanie gonna have to get her license in California, even though y'all think she's my lawyer, but she gonna have to get her license in California because lawsuit, that it is what it is. Definitely a lawsuit because Bernetta, yeah, you agree with me? Exactly. What's up, Couture Bay? Lawsuit. Yeah, they ain't liking this. And I think also, just like Queen B More say, I think the reason why they're doing this is to expose this, because once you get the people on your side, oh, it's a wrap. People gonna be protesting outside the court. Yeah. Morrissey, however you say her last name, Morrissey, she gonna be threatened. They gonna try to take. I don't even want to say that, because if I say something, somebody could take it as a threat. But I'm gonna pray for Miss Morrissey, even though y'all say I'm saying it wrong. But I'm gonna pray for her. Right, D Dot, you agree with me? Once this documentary comes out, I think it's more than being put in a bad light. I believe that the people involved are probably worried for their safety. Oh, it's an Irish name. Okay. Shout out to all the Irish people out there. Court-appointed guardians are appointed by the court in the event no family is found suitable to serve. Dang. April, so you feel like nobody was suitable? Like, because Denise was saying, you know, the mom wanted to be the conservator. The niece, like, damn. You ain't got nobody suitable in your family to take care of your... Okay, so if it was Tommy, right? I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Tommy like a dog, but if it was Tommy, I would be worried. I'd be like, I don't think Tommy Williams should get the conservator. No, I don't think he should be appointed. But at least, her sister, or, I mean, you can't tell me that nobody in Wendy's family is capable of taking care of her. I just find that hard to believe. Again, we don't know her extended family, but nobody, like, I know if something happened to me, I know at least it would probably go to my parents. Like, my parents would be my conservator, my sister, my sisters, not my brother, my uncle. You live in your uncle's house, ain't he too? Yeah, and you see my uncle's house, right? Obviously, my uncle could take care of me. So, yeah, my uncle could be the conservator, not the auntie. I would have some options, but damn, nobody in Wendy's family could take care of her? That's shocking to me. Like, that part makes me think that something is... I believe something was shady. And I know Stephanie's not going to agree with that, but I think something was shady with that, where you think nobody in the family is capable of being the conservator or something like that. It would be one thing if Wendy was like 90 years old and like all her family passed away for the most part. Like, I could see them getting like a guardian, but you don't think no one in her family is capable? Inside job. I'm just saying. Inside job. I can't think of nothing else, y'all. It's an inside job. Wendy cut off her family financially. Well, Couture Bank, that's the thing. I don't know if Wendy did or the conservator did. That's the thing. Like, The family can't be trusted to do the right thing with her money. Okay. Okay. Y'all got a difference of opinion. Okay. Shout out to everybody with the difference of opinion. Before we move on to the last topic, let me go ahead and ask you guys this question. Do you guys think that there's somebody in Wendy's, how do I put this? Would you guys have appointed a guardian to take care of Wendy, or would you have gave it to one of the family members? Guardian or a family member? 30 seconds. Wow. A lot of y'all are saying guardian. Oh, damn. So the family ain't shit. Okay. All right. All right. Guardian. Okay. All right. Either way, it's a guardian. Family is also considered a guardian. Okay. Oh, that's why you guys are saying both. Okay, got you. I don't know if they can split it into two, like maybe the guardian oversees the family member who's the guardian. I don't know if that's a possibility, but yeah, I find it crazy. And you know what the tough part is? Like the whole thing with the guardianship, the records are sealed, so we can't see, like the back and forth in the communication. So we're basically cut off from all that. Remember, we seen the initial lawsuit, but then after that, we haven't seen any update as far as like, okay, well, this is the proof that they have to show that Wendy does not have it together to be able to take care of herself. This is why her money is frozen. So that's the part that sucks. We don't have an update. This is, as far as we know, it's forever sealed. Is there any way to unseal something, or is that something that the family has to deal with? I guess you can probably sue to try to unseal it or go through the court, but I think this is something that we'll probably never know unless you're on the inside. And does Wendy even still have that lawyer, that was helping her? Remember, that was the same lawyer that Kevin Hunter had, her ex-husband. So yeah, you never know. Tough situation. Okay, so I want to go ahead and finish off with this. The Larry Reid scandal, right? Yesterday, Tasha interviewed Lester, who was Larry Reid's boy toy, I'm assuming, right? I didn't watch the interview, so I didn't watch it. But I know King Payne had interviewed him before. Now, I didn't watch King Payne's whole video on it because basically to me, it just seemed like it was a expose of everything wrong with Larry Reid. I think at this point, you're either team Larry or you're team not Larry. I don't think there's any in between. For me, I think where I kind of was all like, something is wrong with this is with the whole TD Jakes thing. And it just seemed like, well, why is he like pushing this thing and like the proof and evidence that he dropped didn't make any sense, and stuff with Manasseh, it just wasn't correlating to me. And we all knew Larry Reid had some skeletons in his closet, and now all is being revealed, right? For me personally, at this point, I'm done with the Larry Reid situation. I think who Larry Reid is sleeping with and stuff like that, it kind of overshines the actual issue. And what I mean by the actual issue is that this man has a 510C, right? And because he's considered like a church and is like a charity, right? Basically, when you're a church, it's considered a charity. But he has a 501C for a gossip channel. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, y'all. Like, I think the bigger issue besides who he laying up with, the 501c, the 501c3, the 501c3 for a gossip channel. It's one thing for a church. It's a 4. Okay, 10c4 for a gossip channel. I I think that's the bigger issue. And you know, there are some issues with what he's doing, you know, as far as, yeah, but can I do a 501 3 4 600 for my channel? Can I do one for my I know he's saying that he's running the online church, but excuse my language, but no, like the things that you doing in the church, and you got a nerve to fill out a 510. Listen, the government is already looking for AT2. I would be a fool to do me a 501 a C4 3 a 34 a 35, and I'm running a gossip channel. And I know he has like an online church service and stuff like that, right? I get that. But I'm all like, he got these harem of men around him, and you know, he running a this man has a 501c4 and he running a brothel. Y'all, is this real? Is this real? Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but this man, it's not a brothel to y'all. Let me ask y'all, and I'm not trying to be petty. Would you consider Larry Reid running? Is he running a brothel, or you think that it's a church? Let me know. 30 seconds. Okay, Stephanie just corrected herself. It is a 3 because I asked Alexa. Alexa, what kind of tax form do churches fill out?
From Allison.com. One of the primary reporting requirements for churches is the annual filing of Form 990 with the Internal Revenue Service, IRS.
Oh, that wasn't the answer I wanted. I think, yeah, the 501c3, that's the one that it is. But okay, but I mean, it's a whorehouse. I mean, I don't know what else to call it, y'all. He's literally running a whorehouse through a nonprofit church. And granted, technically what he does in his bedroom and all that stuff, it should not matter. But running it through a how do I put this? If he was paying taxes, I would feel better about the situation. That's what I'm going to say. That's how I feel. Oh, I should have asked religious organization. Okay, thank you, Wanda. Okay. If he was paying taxes, I honestly wouldn't care. I'll be like, okay, at least he's paying the taxes. But this man is putting this on and I can sow a seed for you if you pay me thousands of dollars. I can pray for you and all this other stuff. Again, I don't care like what he does, but it's just like, this is too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said before, with the whole Levante thing, I was more on Larry Reid's side. I was all like, okay, well, I think what actually happened was that they had a consensual relationship and he was probably of age at the time. That was my opinion, right? And so even then, it's still questionable what he did, because if you are just preying on somebody while they were in PREY, preying on somebody, waiting until they got of age, that's still predatory to me. I'm just going to be honest. That's predatory to me, right? But the reason why I don't push the Levante issue is because a lot of people are saying, yeah, Levante needs to do this and Levante. But like, are you guys going to help Levante, fight in court? Because he already got a default judgment, Larry, against Levante, because Levante didn't have the money to fight. And unfortunately, a lot of these powerful people get away because people don't have money to fight them. And so with Levante, I think it's great that you guys are advocating for him, but are you offering him services? Like, are you offering to do it pro bono? Are you offering him money? Are you there to support him? As far as like, well, you can't help him with paperwork because that's illegal. But, like, are you guys supporting him? Or are you just saying, oh, Levante? Like, do you actually care? Or is this a click and a view for you? You know what I mean? And I might be out of pocket for talking about this, but Daryl Moore. Remember, Daryl Moore was sued by Larry Reid, and I haven't asked Daryl. I can probably DM him or something like that. But like, when Daryl Moore went through his stuff, did he have support? Did people, give him money, offer a lawyer pro bono? Like, did anyone help him out? Because as I understand, basically they had to go their separate ways because Daryl ran out of money, and it was kind of like, and then Larry didn't want to fight it no more. So like, okay, well, we'll just sign this agreement and stuff like that. But if Daryl had the support and the financial backing, he would have been able to fight this, And if I'm wrong, I'll definitely go back and whatchamacallit. I'll definitely go back and clarify, be like, hey, Daryl said he did get support, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of these people are like, yeah, you need to fight this, fight that. But if you're not going to financially back the person, because we're going to talk about money. If you're not going to financially back them, then you can't say nothing. Like, you can have your opinion, but as far as pushing the issue and trying to get to, like, I just don't know what the next steps are. I know I hear a lot of people say, okay, well, now that people have came out, we can go to the police. Well, with Vincent basically, used the Levante situation, say like, yeah, I believe him because a lot of that stuff that he said I was doing, blah, blah, blah. And then when he did his Q&A, he was all like, well, I don't know what you guys want me to do. Like, I didn't see anything. And he totally backtracked. And it's all like, okay, you thought you had a witness, but now that person basically backtracked, So it's all like, until there's somebody who was like, yeah, I was there and I'm gonna do this. I don't think we have anything. Now, again, you can use it as an example, right? Like, well, this happened to Levante, blah, blah, blah. But again, I don't know the next steps unless it's all like, hey, we're going to get a GoFundMe together and try to do this. But like, who donated? Did you guys donate? And I'm not trying to call y'all out, but I'm just saying, did anybody donate? Let me read some of your comments. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, Sugar Walls might be behind. So you're talking about the conservator. A money grab. Okay. Yeah, Vincent was grown. Yeah. Deflection. These people don't care about Levante. This was a story out before Tasha K got mad at him. I remember taking. Yeah. The Levante story was already out there. You guys are right. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, I want to get back into some of the stuff that Lester was talking about. As far as, Larry Reid paying him and stuff like that. Again, that's kind of like, I don't know how they'll be able to prove that in court that he's misappropriating the funds and stuff like that. Like, I don't know the terminology and I'm not educated in that subject to be like, okay, well, this is what he's doing with the money and you guys can get him down for like some kind of RICO case and stuff like that, right? To me, it seems like besides the Levante issue, everything else seems to be like a moral issue. Couture, you said bank receipts, but yo, 82, you're famous. Thank you. Okay, but when we take the bank receipts, how can we subpoena his bank receipts though? Like, that's what I don't know. Like, how can we subpoena it? Unless the only thing I can think of is if the IRS does an audit. If the IRS does the audit, then yeah, definitely.
I'm having trouble understanding.
Alexa, turn off. Now, why the hell is she talking to me? But yeah, I don't know if you can call the IRS on somebody. Again, now this is not my words. I'm not telling you to call the IRS. But, thank you, Couture. That's also something. Okay, now that the whole the immigration fraud. Now that is definitely something. Yeah. But now, if we go with the immigration fraud, right? Wouldn't Lester get deported then, or would he still be okay to stay in this? Like, it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, if you report him for the immigration fraud, does that mean that Lester has to go back? Or hell, maybe Lester wants to go back. Yeah, that's going on here. But oh no, he doesn't have to go back. Okay, yeah, definitely the immigration thing is an issue. Thank you for bringing that up. I was going to bring that up last. Thank you, Diane. But the immigration thing kind of, throws me for a loop too, because I'm all like, yeah, if you having people do marriage contracts and marrying your marrying your cousin and stuff like that, that's definitely like an issue. That's a major issue right there. But then I don't know if that's Larry or that would be his cousin and his cousin and the guy. Lester, the cousin and Lester, like, would that be on them, or because he set it up some kind of way they could get him possibly too? Daniel, the Larry stuff needs to go. Lester keeps saying on all platform he wants to go back home. Oh, okay, so he want to go back home. Oh, well, shit. Let me call immigration. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Yeah. Oh, well, shit. If you want to go back home, then yeah. But here's the thing: if you want to go back home, you can just go back home. But secondly, I do want to say that, yeah, that's definitely a no-no. Also, the pictures and the videos and stuff like that. I've been saying that. Like, I'm still not comfortable with that. Again, him recording it is one thing, but also if Vincent stole that and uploaded that, stole that file or whatever, Vincent needs to go to jail too. Vincent confessed to Larry doing RICO activities. Right, that's the thing, Couture. He confessed to it, but then you got to remember he backtracked. He was like, I don't know what you guys want me to do, or blah, 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 blah. He backtracked. So the key witness is backtracking. I don't know if like what you can do if the key witness is like, oh, well, you know, I don't understand, or I don't know what you guys want me to do. It's kind of like, wait, hold on. You done said all this in your initial video, and now you're kind of like taking some of that stuff back. So I don't know if you could turn in his original video and then go like, oh yeah, this is, I don't know. Because then he could probably say, oh, I was prophesizing, right? He could probably go like, oh yeah, I just did this for entertainment purposes. Right, Angie, that's what I was wondering. Like, if you want to go, then he can just go. I don't think he got a proselyte. Yeah. So I'm just saying, for me in general, at this point, I'm done with it until like I know a definitive, like if there's something that comes down in the pipeline through the court system, you know, definitely we can talk about it. But for me, I'm completely done with it. I just think at this point, hell, all of them, put all their asses in jail at this point. That's how I feel. Put all of them in jail. Put every single one of them in jail. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the last. I think this is just one of many. And again, I think King Payne already interviewed like 4 or 5 of them already. I think 5, including Lester is one of those 5. He already interviewed 5 people. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. I don't think that this thing is done and over with. Like, this is, it's going to be a lot more. But for me, until I see concrete, like, this is coming through the pipeline, through the court system or something like that, for me, I'm done with it, because I'm all like, it's not, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm blaming content creators. I'm mostly blaming the people around Larry, as far as like his staff and stuff like that. Because mostly Vincent, I'm calling Vincent out, because you were so angry, you put that video out and stuff like that, and then you completely was all like, oh, I don't know anything. Oh, what do you guys want me to do? But his initial video lets us know like he was misappropriating funds, and he was taking the money from the MBN one or whatever organization and going to Dubai and stuff like that. Like, what he was listing off was like Couture, RICO, you know. But then I'm all like, does that correlate into all churches? Because I have a feeling that, you know, if something comes down the pipeline for Larry Reid, it's going to come down from all churches, because I believe all of them are probably running brothels. Y'all know how to do my runaway real quick. I feel like all of them are, because I mean, if he go to Dubai, right? He can still pray for somebody in Dubai, right? So I don't know how that works. And like I said, unless something comes through the court system at this point, I'm kind of done. Now, I'm not saying other content creators should be done. No, if they feel like, you know, something should be done, go ahead, do your thizzle. But for me, I'm just all like, this is too much. I think for me, the final straw, and definitely rest in peace to Kadia. As you guys know, Kadia was the woman who had HIV, who passed away yesterday. It was announced by her family. Now, a reason was not given or anything like that, but definitely she was an activist, and she found out, you know, when she was really young that she was born with it, and she's been advocating and doing amazing things with, working with different HIV organizations and stuff like that. So definitely, yes. Can you guys fill up some charge for Kadia? Hadia. I'm sorry, I said Kadia. I apologize for that. Let me pull up her picture real quick. Oh, I actually don't have a picture of her. My apologies. It's on my other phone. But you guys seen it on my community wall and stuff like that. What's up, Lisa? Thank you for being here. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Yeah. Okay. So I want to go back to that. If he is responsible for quote unquote passing that around, that's something that needs to come through the court system as well too. Because us as content creators and just as human beings in general, we have people who probably have that. And, it's important, like, if there is something going on, like, you could say it, but we also have to educate people, and we don't want to stigmatize it that, you're basically a cancer if you have it. Like, don't touch me, don't do anything. And there was a time where there were some people saying that a certain content creator had this, and y'all know who I'm talking about. We ain't got to scapegoat it. And people would say, like, make nicknames and basically say stuff about him having it and stuff like that. And even though I did not rock with this person, and I still don't, even though I did not rock with that person, I say, hey, don't put that in my chat. Don't say that, because at the end of the day, we should be pushing, like, hey, if this person is taking their medication and living a healthy life, that's one thing, and I would hate for, any of my subscribers who have it feel like we're damning somebody who hasn't and stuff like that. Again, if he's going around spreading it, that's one thing, But again, if he is doing that, that needs to come through the court system and everything like that. I personally don't feel comfortable saying that, and I don't know that for a fact. And again, I just heard things, but I don't know a fact for myself. And I think, like, just after the passing of Hadia, I was all like, oh, I don't feel comfortable talking about this. Like, I was all like, ugh. Because then it was kind of confusing too, because the Lester guy also said, like, he's seen bottles and pill bottles and stuff like that. And we know that if somebody is taking their medication, they can then show up undetectable and stuff like that. So then it's like a 99.9% that they can't spread it and stuff like that and all that. I think also too, the conversation should be more like, hey, if somebody is, take your medication, live a healthy lifestyle, also use protection. And it's all like, I don't want to make somebody having HIV like fun or make it a storyline. Like, that to me is taking it too far. Yeah, you're right about that, Queen. Yeah, that's not nice to say. Yeah. I'm sorry to bring down the mood, you guys. I'm just being honest about it. Yeah. It is what it is, and at this point, like I said, for me, unless something comes through the court system, I'm kind of done with it. So that's all I kind of want to say. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for being here and supporting the channel. I didn't get any super chats, cash apps, or anything like that. But, you know, if I do later, I will definitely thank you guys. I love y'all. And before you guys end the day, make sure you guys tell somebody that you love them, okay? All right, deuces. Love y'all. We out. And then every time I try to play my outro, it never works. Here we go.